good evening, Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to our service, and to everyone we know that's out there watching as well. It's funny, David, when I saw you put on that golden kippah, we had an award at my congregation years ago in Minnesota that the rabbi would place the golden kippah on the person's head when they learned how to read Torah. Aww. And they would read Torah for us on Saturdays, and there was the golden kippah club or so. So you got to start practicing.
If you have Torah tonight, I'll read.
Okay, we're going to practice. But Gabri, welcome, please. If you'll come light candles for us, page 2. May the Shabbat candles that we now light inspire us to see justly and gently, look honestly and with kindness, and to see what's holy in each other.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Shel Shabbat.
Thank you. So we turn to page 4 at the bottom of the page. Hine ma tov. How good and pleasant it is for all of us to be together.
It is so good that we are all here together on this beautiful Shabbat evening, this fall in Eagle County. All the leaves falling all around us is so beautiful. So please take just a moment to say Shabbat Shalom or to introduce yourself to someone sitting nearby. Hine ma tov u'manayim shavet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shavet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov shavet achim gam yachad. Shavet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim 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 shavet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, ya la la, ya la 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 la. Hine ma tov, ya la la, ya la 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 la. Hine ma tov u'manayim shavet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shavet achim gam yachad.
At the bottom of page 8, we now continue with our family prayer. We'll continue responsively. May we never take for granted the gift of Shabbat as we sit nestled in the Rocky Mountains, sharing this humble moment with family and friends. May the satisfaction of celebrating Shabbat hearten our spirits, and let Shabbat peace bring quiet to our souls. Allow this time set aside for song and prayer to bring us closer together in thoughts and deeds. We share become our place of devotion, glowing with reverence and filled with our traditions. May the end of this week encourage us to examine our actions. Let us look ahead toward the new week, be worthy of all of God's blessings. The top of page 8 is we welcome the angels of peace. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharetz, Malachei Elyon.
And as we look up to the mountains, just as the pilgrims arriving in Jerusalem, they looked up to their mountain and saw the holy temple, said, "From where does my help come?" Page 12, we join together. As we go back to the 16th century, to Shabbat, the center of Jewish mysticism, it's here that Shlomo Alkabetz wrote the beautiful poem of Lecha Dodi, welcoming the Sabbath bride. Page 16.
Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad, hishmianu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'litchila. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech ir melucha, kum itzim mitoch ha'havaycha. Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela.
At the bottom of page 18, we rise, face the rear of the sanctuary as we greet the Sabbath bride.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha u'tzara, tachem unei am segula, boi chala, boi chala. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela.
You may be seated, and if anyone was sleeping, that certainly woke everyone up. So thank you. We turn to page 21 at the top of the page. We have Psalm 92, also known as the Song of the Sabbath Day or the Song of the Musicians. Let's continue responsively to top of 21. It is good to give thanks to you, O Lord, to praise your name through song, to speak in the morning your loving kindness, faithfulness each night. Music of the lute and the harp, melody of the lyre, I'll sing with my delight. Continue the bottom of page 20.
Tzadika tamar yifrach ke'erez balavanon yizkeh shetuli beveit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvun beseva deshenim vera'ananim yehiyu lehagid ki yashar Adonai suri le'lam latamo.
Ronnie, so nice to see you. Running our BBYO program, we could introduce you to the rest of the world, but thank you very much. And tutoring with Barbara Mitzvah, and another teacher that we've had before. If you'd lead us on page 23 on Just for Today. Usually I'm having your kids do everything, but they're home.
Just for today, I will live one day only, forgetting yesterday and tomorrow, and not trying to solve the whole problem of life at once.
Just for today, I'll be unafraid of life and death, unafraid to enjoy the beautiful and be happy. People are as happy as they make up their minds to be.
Just for today, I will adjust myself to what is, and not try to adjust everything to suit me. If I cannot have what I like, I will try to like what I have.
Just for today, I'll be agreeable, cheerful, charitable, do my best, praise people for what they can do, not criticize them for what they cannot do. And if I find fault, I'll forgive it and forget it. I'll try not to improve nor regulate anybody except myself.
Just for today, I will have a plan. I may not follow it exactly, but I will have one. It will save me from worry, hurry, and indecision.
Just for today, I'll get people off my nerves and not get on theirs. I appreciate them for what they do and what they are.
Just for today, I will not show it if my feelings are hurt.
Just for today, I'll find a little time for quiet to relax, realize what life is and can be. Time to think about God and get a better perspective of myself.
Just for today, I will look at life with fresh eyes and discover the wonder of it. I will know that as I give to the world, so the world will give to me.
Thank you. Thank you. As we turn to page 24 and rise, we'll continue with our call to worship, Baruch Hu.
Blessed is the blessed one. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed in this moment now and every now to come. Blessed is the blessed one. Blessed is the giver of blessing. Blessed in this moment now and every now to come. Come all of you, come all of us, and spread some love and kindness. Come all of you, come all of us, and spread some love and kindness. Do 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 do
may be seated. As we think about the hostages that have returned, we were just talking before services of how quickly it happened, not quickly in number of days, but how at one point they were being held and all of a sudden they were being released. And one of the prayers and songs that we sang at the Jerusalem wall was Od Yavo V'Shalom. We're going to do that in just a minute. But to think that this is a Shabbat that they finally get to spend back with their families. Eternal God, we've prayed a prayer of hope for 738 days. We ask that you watch over and protect the men, women, and children who were taken from their homes, villages, kibbutzim, military posts, and at music festival. And we prayed at that time, Hashta ba'agala, Wizman karivim ramein, bring them from darkness to light swiftly and soon. After 2 years of tears, praying, and waiting, Israel waits to light after the longest night. And we thank God for the lives restored. We thank God for the families reunited, yet our hearts ache for those who did not return alive. Kol Yisrael Arevim, we all felt responsibility for each of these hostages, regardless of their nationality or birth, and we didn't allow the blindness of hate to dehumanize us. So our prayer is that the families recover and may healing begin this Shabbat. As we read in the book of Isaiah, the people who walked in darkness have seen a great light, and those who dwelt in the land of the shadow of death, upon them a light has now shined. So in the words of Zechariah, Od Yavo Shalom, we never give up on peace. Aleinu v'al kulam, with gratitude to God for all who made this happen. So we teach a few of the words.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom
Page
Aleinu,
78.
Ve'al kulam.
76.
76. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al kulam.
We were trying to think of how you also mark the occasion, because all of a sudden 20 came home alive. So we have collected the ribbons that were hanging in our sukkah. And if you have one of the little pins that you've been wearing for 2 years, if you'd like to give it to us, we're going to be putting it in the Geniza this summer. And say this is, and the signs that we used to have out. We're not throwing anything away because we still want to remember, but we're going to be collecting those as you have them and put in the Geniza this summer at our memorial service. Let's turn to page 30 in our prayer books now and join together. Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed, Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvchol nafshecha uvechol meodecha vehayu הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
On this Shabbat evening, we seek peace and comfort. Shield us from hatred and destruction that plagues so many corners of the world, and console those in need. The top of page 34 as we join together, Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Lechaim.
As we read in the book of Exodus, the Lord created in 6 days, and on the seventh day he rested. We join together, page 36, the Shamru.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Beini ubein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam, oti leolam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai et hashamayim bet haaretz. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו
Shabbat לעשות את שבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Well, there are those in our community who are in need of healing, healing of body, mind, or spirit. If you have a person in your life in need of healing, in just a moment, please feel free to share their name aloud. As we continue, page 38, Mishaberach.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen.
And we offer these blessings for full healing to Ronnie Baker, Gail Balin, Sue Beiser, Blanche Deutsch, Chris Eldridge, Larry Ellens, Carol Ann Finn, Sherry Frank, Barbara Goldberg, Deborah Goldman, Elaine Grablowski, Mark Grablowski, Lori Hellman, Mike Herman, and Ronnie Hess, Jody Israel, Ray Ivry, Harriet Jaffe, Sharon Camber, Mary Sue Katz, Herman Keek, and Phil Krasnow, Judith Landau, Barbara Myers, and Stephen Reese, Bruce Rogers, Bill Silvers, B. Sklerowitz, and Dina Stempler, Debbie Stensler, Merle Steyer, Alan Tannenbaum, Richard Taxman, Donna Weinstock, and Jerry Weinstock. Thank you. Thank you.
Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
As we turn in our prayer books to page 40 and rise, we'll continue with the Reader's Kaddish.
Yitkada veitkada shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divrah kirtei ve'amlich malchuteh.
B'chayechon v'yomechon u'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael b'gala b'gala u'vizman kariv.
Ve'imeru
Amen. Yesh me'rabba mevarach le'alam u'lameho maya yitbarach.
Yitzbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitroma v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudsha
Brichu.
le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata.
Tushbechata v'nechemata tamid ran v'yalma.
Ve'imeru
Amen. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Page 42 as we continue, and then silently through page 57.
שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך
may be seated when you have completed the Amida. And as peace continues to hold in Israel, it's our continued prayer that this will be long-lasting. Shalom Rav, page 54.
Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. B'tov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav, Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam.
Well, this Shabbat marks the opening verses of the Torah one more time. The book of Genesis opens with some really big questions. Where did we come from? Why are we here? Who is this God individual? And where did he, she come from? And how did creation come into being? Well, Genesis offers really just partial answers to some of these questions, but leaves others mostly untouched. What I found most fascinating about rabbinical school, when we began to study the Hebrew text, you'd think you just want to really study the words and understand what the words meant. But then they introduced other ideas apart from the medieval commentators like Rashi. My favorite was E.A. Spicer of batteries. He was a professor from University of Pennsylvania, and we called it Spizer's Genesis because he wrote in archaeology, sociology, and it just opened up Genesis to a whole nother way of thinking. And what it did really is it raised more questions than answers, because all of a sudden what you thought was simple was no longer. Science seems to address the questions of how, but it leaves off the answer to why. So our Torah portion starts out, and it starts out in this thing called Gan Eden, which is the Garden of Eden. The Hebrew term Gan Eden is really used for the whole idea of paradise. Now, the English term defines it's a protected or a natural space, and God was supposed to, in this space, then nurture the newly created plants, the animals, and of course, humans. Now, in Christianity, what's interesting, the Garden of Eden is seen as a place where the first humans were created without sin, and they were immortal. But having eaten the apple, well, they experienced what they refer to as a spiritual fall. And this made them fundamentally sinful or mortal. As a side note, because I think this is what's most interesting, it's a by the way. The Torah never mentions an apple. That doesn't happen until about the 9th century when someone painted a painting with Adam and Eve and he was holding an apple. There's no apple. The fruit that they talk about is pri. The Hebrew word is a non-specific fruit. Some sources think that it was a fig or might have been a pomegranate. A lot of people said it was probably plucked in etrog, because we don't know where the etrog came from. But it wasn't an apple. Now we read the story in a very different way. Our rabbis teach us that humans were created mortal, and Jews do not have the concept of original sin. Instead, we believe that humans were created with the ability to transgress. And of course, in the story of the Garden of Eden, it doesn't take very long really, before they mess up terribly. But the Garden of Eden, in Jewish tradition, it's not a paradise. The rabbis called it a point of departure, not a future destination that we seek to go to. So I think what we can learn from this story is that we all have the potential really to build a Garden of Eden. A Garden of Eden that's protective, it's nurturing, well, a place that's safe and innocent, a green, pleasant, and refreshing. We all have that ability to build a Garden of Eden and to make it happen by fulfilling opportunities that have been given to us. Now, when you think about it, if we create a Garden of Eden when we celebrate Shabbat together, or we create this garden when we reach out to others and treat others with kindness, when we clothe the naked, comfort the mourner, and feed the hungry. We create this Garden of Eden when we gather in prayer, just like tonight, in joy or also in grief. So we studied all kinds of texts in rabbinical school to learn where does this come from and how do we understand the Garden of Eden. And I've always been a fan of Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, but never really understood the biblical connection to one of their songs called Woodstock. Lyrics were actually written by Joni Mitchell, but it came from Bereshit. It comes from the book of Genesis. She writes down, "We are stardust, we are golden, we are a billion-year-old carbon, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden." So people asked, I had no idea. So people asked her, and she explained that the lyrics she wrote, she meant that we need to return to the natural, harmonious state of the garden. Return to the garden, which at that time was free from war, anger, division, pure innocence. Return to the Garden of Eden in a very spiritual way. When we talked about this in class, most people said, no, she's got this wrong. It's a beautiful song, and I've always appreciated it, but they said, we cannot go back to the garden. Our tradition tells us that after Adam and Eve left, there was no going back. But we can build a garden here. And all we have to do is work on that building and own the Garden of Eden every day. And find that place where we can reach out to others, we can touch them with kindness. And just imagine the next time you open up your Tanakh, studying the Bible from Rashi, University of Pennsylvania, and Joni Mitchell. Amen. And I'll never listen to the song the same way. And I didn't ask Michelle if she'll sing that for Adon Olam. Oh, you're just too young.
Joni Mitchell, though.
Right. Okay. Well, we have what, 2 more weeks, or next week is it? I think next week's our
boy.
last Friday. This is our last Friday.
Yikes!
And
I
then we
better
go.
get to work on virtual services.
I know, we have to work on them this weekend. We'll be going virtual for a couple weeks until after Thanksgiving. So we will be online, and we welcome all of you from East Coast to West Coast. I can't just say that anymore because now we go down to Texas and up to Chicago, and out to Hawaii, of course.
Coast to coast, to shore to shore to.
All right. But we welcome all of you, and we look forward to having you watch us on our virtual services that we'll be having. And I got a call from
Carrie
Fell, and she had 4 more. It's the cover of our Saturday morning prayer book. She had 4 more of the paintings that were not framed she found in the drawer. So this is the original. The most famous person in it is holding the guitar. That's you. And then Janet on horseback, of course, and then me holding a Torah. So these are available for those that have not had the opportunity. When we did the prayer book originally, we had these made available, and so we went out to Denver last week, met with her, and she said she'll frame them up. And she's talking about making the cover for
the Machzor.
Yeah.
How lovely.
And we just have to visualize
Figure
what that's.
that out.
First, we have to write the new Machzor, and then we'll talk about a cover.
Yeah, and then we can have a cover.
But she was
for it.
wonderful. She loved working with us, and so she had a few more left. We said those could be made available. And
we are deep into our Machane B'nai Vail, which we're getting a little program revamp coming pretty soon that we're very excited about, hoping to make our program even more robust and exciting. But we have a record number of kids right now for us, which is very exciting. And if you know anyone else that would like to join the program, we would love to have them.
And it's wonderful to see all of you. This is like the regulars. Thank you for coming today.
Yeah.
I'm so used to seeing you saying, "Where's your bat mitzvah student?" But it's great to have all of you with us today, and everybody joining with us. And some are leaving town, but you're not really leaving because you'll get to watch us on YouTube. So thank you. We're going to return to our prayer books now on page 60. We'll rise and join together. Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'teit gdula l'yotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu k'yoy haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot adama, shelo sam chalkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, Lifnei Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, V'ne'emar, V'haya Adonai, L'melech al kol ha'aretz, Bayom ha'hu, Yiyeh Adonai echad, U'shemo, U'shemo echad.
At this moment in memory of our loved ones who are no longer with us, we join hands in love and remembrance. Link has been broken in the chain that bound us together, yet strong bonds of home and love hold us one to another. In solemn testimony to that unbroken faith which links the generations one to another, we call to mind those whose Yartzeit we observe this month. Paul Basis, Albert Blum, Scott Deutschman, Saul Duncan, Herman Efron, Leo Farber, and James Farber. Joseph Field, Ignacio Frankfurt, Sam Fuhrer, Lieb Fuhrer, Carl Lewis Garland, and Jerry Gart. Kelly Gatchet, Jay Gittleman, Frida Goldberg, Mark Goldberg, Yoram Gordon, Sophie Green, Gary Gross, Pauline Guss, Alan Kahn, Dorothy Katz, Belle Kaufman, and Howard Kurtzner. Nancy Kidd, Shirley Kleinman, Michael Cohn, Lawrence Lakecobb, Sylvia Levinson, Max Levenstein, Marion Levi Kay, and Robert Levin, Victoria Levine. Dylan Lichtenstein, Marilyn Lipnick, Maurice Lipnick, Irving Robert Lipsky, Wayne Lustig, Shirley Lynch, Maxon Mangalese, Bernice Miller, Sarah Moskowitz, Lois Nickerman, and Sophie Numeroff. Ann Orkin, Reba Papish, Madeline Parr, Harriet Pucker, Sylvia Pelkin, and Norman Joseph Pelkin. Sandra L. Perchik, Erwin Perlman, Sylvia Polger, Irving Press, and Julius Presser. George Riddell, Stanley Resnick, Beatrice Vera Rosen, Nathan Rosenthal. Samuel Rothenberg, Sally Schechter, Ernest Scheller Sr., Martha Scrudders, Shirley Shane, Sylvia Shapiro, Lenore Shapiro, and Charles Shapiro, Richard Summers, Gerald Stein, Rose Stewart, Randy Waldbaum, Francis Zaleski. And if anyone else is observing Yahrzeit this month. The Mourner's Kaddish can be found in our prayer books on page 64. Those who wish may join with us as we say, Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomeichon v'chayedechol Beit Yisrael, v'agalav izman kariv v'imramein. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam omei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu. Le'olam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran v'yalma v'imramein. Yehei shlomo Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imramein. Oseh shalom b'imramav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imramein. May be seated. Many of our ideas for what we program and plan come from all of you, and we're just sitting around drinking coffee and having a cookie when the idea comes up. No more. And we have, so the summer is starting to fill up a little bit. Nate, who helps us set all this up, said, how would you like to have 4 llamas on a hike? And I thought, sure. But then you have to say, well, how does that work? So it'll be a gentle hike, a little more hike, and then at the end we'll have lunch, of course, and music. So we'll do some kind of singing and title, but that's just the beginning of what we're thinking about with that. And what was the other? Oh, the other one is bringing all the arts together. So there's a lot of stuff. You'll see the newsletter there. You'll see there's many, many new things that we're depending upon Helene to start planning for us. Thank you. Adon Olam for, what's your tune today?
Joni Mitchell.
What time I get to Woodstock, I'll be waiting.
I still don't know that one,
Okay.
but we'll do another Joni Mitchell. Don't olam asher malach terem kol yitzir nivra le'nasa l'chefso kol azay malech shemo nikra be'acharei kichlot hakol levado yiloch nora behu haya behu hoveh behu yeh betifara now behu echad ve'in sheni lehamshi lo lehachbir rad li reishi li tachli v'lo ha'oz v'ha'misra behu eli v'chai go'ali v'tzor chavli be'itzara behu nisi umanos li Benakosi beyom ekra na beyado akid Kiviati, Adonai Levo Ira. Now, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? Leave me paradise and put up a parking lot.
Oh boy, well, thank you. We'll rise for a closing blessing. Not as good as that. Adonai Yosli Mo Yitain Adonai V'Rechet Amova Shalom. The Lord bless us and keep us and grant us peace.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam,
Borei
borei peri
hagafen
hagafen l'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avo.
Shabbat Shalom.
Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 Shabbat.